Ufology and extraterrestrial aliens, another ridiculous scaremongering by the New World Order. The aliens have their due from sites, international agencies, even generals of states. Another setup attempt at mass fright. And this is an article by Eleftherios Andronis. Aliens and UFOs, the new order of things, seems not to let the slightest opportunity go to waste and unexploited. Let's remember what Werner von Braun warned us of. Very strange or unusual event is used as fresh fuel to fuel the horror industry, and if there is nothing unusual, then they simply exaggerate something existing or invent something from scratch. And now we have a new entry on the global horror catwalk, a new attempt at a mass debauchery. Within 10 days, 5 mysterious drones put 3 different countries on alert. Well, not drones, we should say unidentified objects. Political leadership and defense staffs in the US, China, and Canada are on their feet to deal with the strange objects. The beginning of the new terror hysteria happened with the appearance of the infamous Chinese balloon that violated US airspace for days until it was finally shot down by a fighter plane. The US then went on to shoot down 3 unidentified flying objects in 3 days, and one of them, which was shot down over Lake Huron in Michigan, was described as an octagon shape. Beyond the scary tales that are now served to us in the open, the most realistic scenario behind this issue is that we see a Cold War scene unfolding between the superpowers of the West and the East, with impressive moves and the use of secret technology. And in order not to harm the prestige of any superpower, the aliens are recruited. But the matter does not stop here. It's one thing to muddy the waters with Hollywood's fluff, and another to push the narrative in a certain direction, that is, to try to get people to believe in the existence of extraterrestrials. Those who chase fake news project global conspiracies, as reported by Reuters, among many international long-range media dealing with the matter. U.S. General and Head of U.S. Air Defense Glenn Van Herk did not rule out the possibility that the unidentified flying objects come from extraterrestrial space aliens. Yes, he actually said it could be them. General Van Herk clarified that the 3 downed objects cannot be linked to the Chinese balloon. He said, "I would be very careful with these reports and would not attribute their origin to any specific country," he noted, adding fuel to the conspiracy theory fire. If you claim that a flying object is not from a certain country, then you let the average person assume that it might not belong to this planet either. So we see that those who furiously seek to silence free opinion by promoting our alleged protection from conspiracy theories it appears, could be the same ones with their secretiveness and their Sybil answers, inflame paraphilology at an international level and incite a new mass hysteria with alleged UFO sightings from extraterrestrials. The whole thing goes beyond the limits of the ridiculous and beyond the spontaneous laughter it causes to any person who still has a functioning brain. We have to seriously consider for what reasons these stupid claims are promoted in the news. Let's remember, air balloons were used since the 17th, 18th century, especially to spy on their enemies. Now, science fiction scenarios that until a few years ago would have seemed graphic and ridiculous if they appeared in public, today reached a point of being expressed by the official lips of officials and reproduced by all the systemic media of the West, leaving intentionally always open the possibility of some intervention from an extraterrestrial space alien civilization. It's now obvious that Western governments are trying to cultivate in public opinion the belief that we are not alone in the universe. It is something that the entertainment industry has worked on for decades to get people familiar with its concept. Aliens and New Age? The New Age shadow movement largely embraces the cult of extraterrestrials, or extraplanetary entities in general, endowing them with unreal and divine powers and expecting them to save Earth's crumbling civilization. In addition, the current of acceptance of extraterrestrial life has also occult dimensions, since it bets on the alternative cosmology that directly flirts with the occult. It's no coincidence that most UFO cults, mostly thriving in America, use occult terms and in many places identify with the worldview of theosophy, the most Luciferian doctrine. In theosophy, we encounter extraterrestrial entities or spirits who act as teachers, quote unquote, and can treat people as channels or mediums, that is, to communicate and transmit messages and knowledge. We see that the boundaries between ufology and Luciferism are not simply indistinguishable, but rather are completely identical with a deeper look at the subject. The modern fathers of the Christian Church have referred to the phenomenon of UFOs and have analyzed the Luciferian nature of the matter, while they have warned that in the end times, many false signs and through secret technology will be used to mislead humanity. For example, 3D hologram technology is developed at an alarming rate and is heavily funded by giants like Microsoft. Already, the optical illusions that can be created through special projectors are terribly convincing, and their technology is further ahead than the general public thinks. The aliens, quote unquote, narrative could be used as a means to unite humanity against a common enemy or common friend, and at the same time flatten the worldviews of all religions once and for all, shake the faith of the overwhelming majority of believers so that the pantheism of the New World Order of things can easily prevail. And let's remember the message that Ronald Reagan gave: perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside of this world. In other words, he means extraterrestrial space aliens. Now, in any case, the issue of the international prominence of alleged extraterrestrials should be treated only with disbelief, vigilance, and penetrating scrutiny, especially in Christian Orthodoxy, which holds the whole truth as given to us by the necessary points to recognize the coming delusions. There is no justification for any behavior to be shaken by this ridiculous scaremongering. And this is from sporttime.gr, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.